Today, Dolores continues her series on our UU values covering interdependence. Dolores?
Good morning. So our two readings that Rebecca just gave us was a good background and definition of interdependence and sharing the features and benefits of mutual interdependence. So let's take a look at our new value of interdependence that was voted into the UUA Article 2 bylaws last year. So we honor the interdependent web of all existence. You can say them with me. We, with reverence for the great web of life and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. We covenant to protect Earth and all beings from exploitation, and we will create and nurture sustainable relationships of care and respect, mutuality and justice. We will work to repair harm and damaged relationships. So while currently we just do the 6 values, these are the new 6 values, we just say the one word. That's the backup to just interdependence, right? So know that when you're reading it or when you're looking for it, there's a lot more blurb behind it, all right? There's at least, and that was only, there's like 3 sentences, right? So each one of them has 3 sentences. So look into it, right? As opposed to just the word. But the word, we're going to talk about this. So the word today, interdependence, as a value, it's very similar to our beloved 7th principle that we affirmed and promoted in 1985, 40 years ago. Susan Frederick Gray, our past UUA president, wrote in the UU World a while back about a piece of incredibly good news about the work of the Texas Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development. Their team developed a COVID-19 vaccine that they were going to license to the pharmaceutical manufacturers of India, Indonesia, and other countries at no cost, which they have done. They are acting in the tradition of Jonas Salk, who put public health above profit and refused to patent the polio vaccine. This reminds us of what is possible when we act from a place of interdependence. In his letter from a Birmingham jail, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King wrote, "We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." With this compelling image, King captures a truth that shapes our UU theology. Interdependence guides how we can shape our spiritual communities and energizes our commitment to social justice. Like a quilt, each one of us brings our beautiful and unique self, yet we are undeniably stitched together into one whole. There's a story told in many traditions, sometimes Buddhist, sometimes indigenous, sometimes found right in nature's own voice. It's a story of a great web, an invisible web, that connects all living things. When one thread of that web is tugged, the whole web quivers. It's not a myth, it's a reality. In Unitarian Universalism, we affirm and promote the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part, our 7th principle. But that can sound abstract. What does it really mean to live interdependently? What does it mean to recognize that your well-being and mine are tied together? That the air I breathe and the choices I make reverberate across oceans, generations, and hearts? Let's talk about what interdependence asks of us and what it offers us. Also, at the end of my presentation, I'd like to open it up to us. So be thinking about what interdependence is to you as we go through this. The illusion of individualism. We're often told that to be strong is to stand alone. What maturity means being self-sufficient. That success is pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps. Never mind that some of us were born without boots at all. This myth of rugged individualism is deeply embedded in many cultures, especially Western ones. But let me tell you something, it's a lie. It's a dangerous lie. None of us got here alone. Every breath we take is made possible by the trees and oceans. Every meal we eat was grown, harvested, transported, and prepared by countless hands, many of them unseen. Every word we speak was taught to us by someone else. Even our inner lives, our sense of self, are shaped by our relationships. Neuroscience now tells us what our hearts have always known. We are wired for connection. So why do we keep pretending we are alone? Several years ago, a member of a congregation, we'll call her Mary, had surgery and was laid up for weeks. She said later that what saved her spirit during that time wasn't just the pain meds or the physical therapy, it was the people. She said, I didn't know people would show up like that. People brought food, people called, someone even shoveled my driveway. I always thought I had to be strong, she said, but maybe letting people help you is kind of a strength too. That's what interdependence looks like in daily life, not just cosmic or ecological interconnection, though those are vital, but simple human community, interdependence in the form of soup and shovels. In ecology and ethics, everything is connected. We cannot talk about interdependence without talking about the earth. The Amazon rainforest creates weather patterns that affect farmers in Africa. The loss of bees in one region affects food crops across the globe. And of course, climate change caused by the fossil fuel emissions of a few harms the many. There's no such thing as an isolated act. Every choice we make, what we consume, how we travel, how we vote, ripples outward. The theologian Sally McFay put it this way: the world is not a hotel in which we are guests. It is our home. We are a family with all that lives. Interdependence is not just a fact, it's an ethic. It's a call to responsibility, not guilt, but responsibility, a difference worth naming. Some traditions use the word God. Some say spirit, source, nature, or simply love. But whatever language we use, Unitarian Universalism invites us to look for the sacred, not just in the sky, but in the space between us. Our faith does not demand belief in the supernatural, but it does call for us to live as though relationships are holy, because they are. Whether it's the bond between parent and child, between human and earth, or among members of this congregation, those ties matter. Those ties hold us. And when we honor them, we are practicing reverence. There's a line from a Jewish prayer: you are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. Interdependence means we don't have to fix the world alone, but we are not off the hook either. Of course, living into interdependence isn't always easy. It requires vulnerability. It requires admitting that we need one another. Sometimes pride gets in the way. Sometimes trauma. Sometimes systems of oppression teach us that asking help is weakness. Asking us for help is weakness, or that helping others is a luxury we can't afford. And yet, interdependence can be an antidote to those very things. When the world isolates us, interdependence offers connection. When the world commodifies us, interdependence reminds us of our dignity. When injustice breaks us apart, interdependence invites us to reweave the web. So how do we practice this? A couple things I'll throw out. Listen deeply, even to people you don't agree with, especially them. Ask for help. It's hard. Do it anyway. Offer help, even if it's small. Buy local. Vote. Recycle. Donate. That sound familiar? Let your daily life reflect your values. Be part of a community, this one or another. Show up, be present, stay for coffee hour. Interdependence is not just a spiritual truth. It's a daily discipline, 1,000 small acts rooted in one sacred idea. We belong to each other. Let me leave you with this image. Imagine a great loom, and each of our lives is a thread. Some of our threads are vibrant, some are fraying, some are tangled, but together we are being woven into something greater than ourselves, a tapestry of care, a web of life. You are part of that weaving. What you do matters. Who you are matters, and none of us is ever truly alone. Let us honor that truth and live into it together. So, now let's share what you see and do to promote interdependent actions that will weave the web of life and sustain us all on our big bluish planet. Be the actions personal, communal, global? What will it take to save us all? To save you, to save me, to save Cambria? What can we do? What do you do? And I'll take notes. And Jan will run around with a microphone. Okay.
Okay. I write to the White House at least once a week. I know nobody reads it, but I don't care. It will go down in the National Registry. It will be recorded. So,
Since there's time and since nobody else was raising their hand, I decided to go twice today. We are affected by other people's stories, and it's important to tell those stories so that we can continue to have empathy and compassion for one another. This was Caesar's story from yesterday that I'd like to read to you. This is what he wrote. Hello, everyone. Mi nombre es Cesar Vasquez. I've been organizing for 34% of my life. And today I want to talk about this argument I've been seeing recently, this argument that not everything is political. I'm here to tell you that all and everything is political. For the past 9,394 days, my entire life has been affected by the politics of the world, by the evils, greed, and pride that has quite honestly ruined the state of my life. For some background, I've been organizing since I was 12. I'm 17 years old now. I spend my days tracking ice, helping the families that are separated and trying to organize my community as much as possible. I decided that I couldn't go to college this year because my energy was more needed here in this community, in this state of the world. I decided my energy was needed because I didn't see the energy of the community within this community. I recently had this thought about how peaceful it must be to be so ignorant, how peaceful it must be to act like my people are not being thrown into the backs of vans, like they are lambs being sent to the slaughter. That peace, though that we all crave, comes with a price, and that price is the fact that I've had to comfort fathers who have come to terms with the fact that they will never see their 6-year-old daughter, 8-year-old son, and pregnant wife because they were all deported. That peace and comfort that America has been bred to crave is the reason over 800 families have been separated across the Central Coast, which is why I am here to tell you that your life is political. Our existence, our entire existence is political, and every step and breath you take is a political stance. Every morning you wake up and decide to complain about the world instead of being out there to help the community is a political stance. Every second you decide that your comfort carries more weight than a mother's burden of losing her family, you are taking a political stance. Every store you shop at, every post you watch, conversation you have or don't have is a political stance. So I need you all to decide what political stance you are taking with every free breath that you have. Because here's the reality. I've had to witness 4 kidnappings right in front of me. I have nightmares of the handcuffs that are around my people's wrists. I have nightmares around the ICE agents that follow me, but none of that compares to the nightmares that the 5-year-old had today when her mom explained that she wouldn't see her dad anymore. I am not here to tell you that you are all not doing enough, but the reality is, if the world doesn't realize that our lives are political, we will all be equally responsible for every other kidnapping I have to witness, for every single other kid that has lost a parent or parent that has lost a job. Every time we decide that our money doesn't need to be donated, we are decided our comfort is more important than someone's freedom. Every second someone isn't out there patrolling, handing out food, or sharing resources is another second that allows our administration to tear the world of families apart. Every time you overlook your view and think, wow, this is beautiful and peaceful, I want you all to think about what every kid who has lost their parent has to see. This message is harsh, I will admit that. But the world we are living in has proven to be harsher. It has proven to be filled with greed, pride, ego, and that has only added to the depths of hell that we are living in. And the only hope is if every single one of you decides to finally act up and resist against the hell we are all burning in. I gave you my entire childhood to fight. I gave up my entire childhood to fight for the unfree. I now need you to fight too. I need you all to stand up for those who can't and use every free step to take a step towards liberation and freedom for all. By a 17-year-old, Cesar Vasquez.
Thank you.
Anyone else? She fixed the mic, yeah? No? Okay. Okay, well, thank you. And keep working on interdependence. That's what we need to do. And I just want to say, Diane was talking about yesterday with Caesar about finding places for people to live, right? So that we kind of have those in mind when that call comes. Everyone would have to be vetted, of course, right? But that's something that they're talking about. That's our interdependence. We have empty rooms. We need people that need help. Thank you.